The UFC is in beautiful Perth, Australia, and we've got a light heavyweight main event between Carlos Ulberg and Dominick Reyes. It's number 3 versus number 7. You can catch it on the ESPN app at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Hello, everybody. Brett Okamoto alongside Ian Parker. We are here to break down this UFC Fight Night card from a gambling perspective, as always. Last week, very rare off week. The week before that, Diego Lopez had himself a night in San Antonio. How did we do at the window, Mr. Parker?
Well, I'm upset I didn't go with my gut and take Diego. We did not have a great night. Jared Gordon apparently got hit by a car the day before, and he was part of our premium play, so that information would have been great, except it didn't happen. Lopez and Silva go over 2.5 rounds. Lopez folded that. Other than that, we hit our David Martinez play. We hit the Silva money line play. Ferreira fell short. He was looking good against Hernandez till he wasn't. On to this week. I don't like weeks off. Maybe it was a good thing to get back into it, but I'm ready to rock. Let's do it.
I mean, when your premium play is getting hit by a car right before the fight, then maybe we do need a week off just to reset, recalibrate the luck here a little bit. And let's do it with a light heavyweight main event, Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. Interesting note, I think, here. UFC has tried to book this fight several times. If it had happened in the beginning of 2024, Dominick Reyes was only about a plus 150. Now he's plus 200, but he's won his last 3 fights. So actually the odds have increased, and that is because, I guess, Carlos Ulberg has looked that impressive. What do you think of this minus 250, plus 200 odds in the main event?
The line is very interesting here because Dominick Reyes has been finishing people and he's on a nasty streak. While you have an 8-fight win streak with Ulberg, but as he's gotten that uptick in competition, he's been winning by decision. I think both gentlemen are going to respect each other's power. I think this is going to be more of a chess match that's led by Ulberg, because that's what we've seen him done. He's played a little bit safer. He's gotten less reckless. And as long as he stays away from the left hand of Reyes, which other people for some reason just don't do, I don't see him getting knocked out too early. I'm going over 1.5 rounds. I think we're going to pay a decent price here. However, I think if a knockout happens, it's happening later. So let's go over 1.5 in the main event. I wouldn't be surprised if some people sprinkled a little money on Reyes here at that number either.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think this is a dog or pass situation, and then we are taking officially the over 1.5. A little bit of juice there at minus 145 in the main event. Let's move to the co-main event. We stay in the light heavyweight division. It's Jimmy Crute coming in as a minus 190 favorite. He is taking on Ivan Arslan. He comes back at plus 160. Who do you like here in this 205-pound matchup?
I like Jimmy Crute earlier at minus 180. I wouldn't go above this number just because he has a little bit of a checkered history, although we all know he's got a good ceiling ahead of him. He's a talented fighter, and where he succeeds the most is when he takes the fight to the ground. We saw that in his last fight. He came out, he didn't mess around, he didn't try to prove that his striking is better. He just took the fight down, and he's fighting someone who's coming off a bad loss. The difference maker here, Brett, is going to be if Crute can keep his cardio intact, because we've seen him get gassed a little bit, and if he can get this fight to the floor, which I think he can. Let's go Jimmy the Brute Crute here. I wouldn't go any higher than this number, but I do think he is better and should get this win. Let's go.
Yeah, the talent has always been there for Jimmy Crute. It now seems like the mentality. It looks like he's just in a better place in his life, and the performances have shown that. Certainly his last one, he comes in minus 190. Take him now before it gets up to the minus 200 range. Let's move through the rest of your best bets. We go to the lightweight division. It's Tom Nolan coming in against Charlie Campbell. Nolan a minus 150. What do you got here at lightweight?
Look, Charlie Campbell is extremely, extremely dangerous. We saw in his last fight against Trevor Peek. We saw even when he lost to Duncan, he knocked him down and then he got knocked out. Where I'm a little more of a toss-up here, but Nolan's just so tall for the weight class. He keeps getting better. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter. And Campbell taking this on short notice, the long travel, I think that's going to play into Nolan's favor here. I wouldn't be shocked if Nolan won this by decision. As long as he doesn't get into a phone booth type of fight, I think he's got the skill set to get it done here. Tom Nolan on the money line.
All right, and for your next best bet, we move to the bantamweight division. It's the Democratic Republic of Congo taking on Australia. Josias Musasa taking on Colby Thickness. Who do you like here in this bantamweight matchup?
Musasa's coming off a really embarrassing loss where I believe he was a minus 800 favorite, and that's why we're getting such a generous line here. And it's not that Thickness is a bad fighter, it's just Mousasi's got a very high ceiling, raw power, tremendous athleticism, and I don't think Thickness has it. I think Thickness is going to take a lot of damage here. I think he'll hang on. He'll be tough. I think that this number should be higher, but because of that last loss from Mousasi, that's why we're getting it. Give me minus 150 here. I think he shows out in this card. And if he doesn't, he's out of here. Then the experiment's done. But I'm willing to lay the minus 150. I think that talent is there, and he's going to show that power in this fight.
Okay, so we're going against the Aussie there in our second to last best bet. How about our final best bet? We got Andre Petroski taking on the Aussie. Here is Cam Ralston. You are going against Australia again over there in Perth.
For now, don't worry. I'll be on Perth's side in a little bit. And I'm not a big Petrovsky guy. And I'll be honest with you. I think when it comes to the upper level competition, when he gets into just a boxing match and he can't get his grappling going, that's where he lacks. However, here, and this is nothing against Cam Ralston, just getting into the UFC, fighting someone Petrovsky who's a physical specimen, a very good grappler, good wrestler, mostly smart and stays out of trouble other than knocking himself out on someone's hip. I think Petrovsky's fighting down. I think this is a step down in competition. I think he'll be able to wrestle and play it safe. I think that number should be higher. It's already gone up this week, so we're going to go with Petrovsky here.
All right, so we're taking minus 180 Petroski, maybe another line that will continue to creep up, so go ahead and jump on it now, the minus 180 favorite. Let's move to our parlays of UFC Fight Night on the ESPN app. We'll start with the long shot. What is the long shot parlay over there in Australia, Ian?
Long shot, Jimmy Crute by sub. I think if he gets it done early, that's how he does it. Michelle Montague, I am very familiar with her. I've called a bunch of her fights with the PFL, and all of her wins, rare naked choke. She even said, if they can't stop him, I'm not going to stop doing it. She's going to have a huge ground advantage. She gets it done. And Navajo Sterling against Bellato by knockout at plus 1921. I think all three of these are very realistic. You're getting great odds on Crute and Montague. I like it.
All right, and if you're watching the show and you're wondering where is the premium play, it's right here. We're going big on Parker's Parlay this week. It is our Parker's Parlay and it is our premium play. What has you so confident about this Parker's Parlay, Ian?
It is time for Parker's Parlay to step up, which it hasn't done this year. In years past, it was the bread and butter. This year, it's not. I like it this week. Navajo Sterling keeps getting better. Bellato keeps getting worse, and he is a walking zombie. Sterling gets it done. Jack Jenkins, very tough fighter. I think he's better everywhere. Those devastating kicks are going to be the answer. And Jake Matthews over Neil Magny. As long as you don't let Magny out cardio you, I think you win. Plus 126 as our 5-unit premium play. We're not paying juice. 3 favorites, 3 wins. I like it this week.
I like it. We're taking the premium play plus odds because it is our Parker's Parlay. That's it for UFC Best Bets. It's UFC Fight Night over there in Perth, Australia. I like this main event. Dominick Reyes, Carlos Ulberg. I like Ian's pick. 2 dangerous guys, but a very, very important fight at 205 pounds. Should be competitive, and we're hoping it lasts longer than a round and a half. Thank you for watching Best Bets. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care.